What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Bullshit Podcast. My name is CJ, and this week's going to be kind of a random episode. I don't have a lot of time. I've stopped making videos because my computer was broken. Then we got sick. Then my son got sick. Then my wife got sick, and just everything kind of went all shitty at one point. But I'm back, and I'm going to try again to keep the ball rolling, weekly episodes, that sort of thing. But I'm also poor for time at the moment, so currently I'm playing Hunt Showdown, which is the game that you see in front of you. So here we are. I'm just going to do a random ass podcast while I play the game. So maybe it'll make it more interesting, and I might do this more often. This game is one that sound is very important to you, so I'm just assuming that I'm going to get absolutely body bagged because I'll be talking the whole time. But if you haven't played Hunt Showdown, get it. It's an awesome game. Pretty much there's just a bunch of teams out here, and we're all hunting to get these blue clues, which will then lead us to one big boss. And in this case, it's the assassin. You can see up in the top left corner. And yeah, everyone wants to kill him, and you want to stop the other teams from killing him and getting the bounty from him. So you try and kill the other teams. I feel like there's a lot of noise. Oh, fuck. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to trigger things and alert enemies to where you are. I need... Oh, fuck! Okay, so that didn't start well. Shoot that. Enjoy that, you fat fuck. Yeah, what's up now? What's up now? He didn't drop anything. Sometimes those drop traits. But yeah, to get back into the idea of... Oh, I'm bleeding. Shit. Get back into the idea of the podcast. I'm just going to talk about a couple of random subjects and just get your thoughts on it. Yeah, there's one of the clues that I want. Get your thoughts on different subjects, so comment below, send me a MySpace message, whatever you want to do. Just want to get a little bit of back and forth going. So, the first sort of topic that I wanted to go over is what I want to call "You're Not the Hero, Bro," which is pretty simple, and I think a lot of LARPers have gone over this. But one of the main things that you see with new and generally younger LARPers, the idea that their character's coming in and they're the big shot, the hero, a king in another land or something like that. And people rarely come in as the sugarcane farmer and something stupid and boring. So yeah, if you're coming into a LARP, 9 times out of 10, if you come in and act like you're some sort of big shot, big dick fucker, people are just going to disrespect you and act like you're a nothing, because you are a nothing. And that's going to either affect your ego and make it feel like, oh, they're not playing along. But to be fair, why should they give a shit if you think you're top dick? So if you're coming into a LARP as a fresh player, don't come in acting as though you're something special. My character, when we came in, we were sort of the heads of a town, which I thought was, maybe it's a bit too much, like, what do people care? But we played it as, why the fuck would you care? We're from our own land, so we're just here to take your land. And it was sort of like an aggressive takeover sort of feel. It wasn't really like we demand respect. We were going to earn your respect through violence and basically just taking what's yours. And that was how we sort of developed, and I've sort of played into that character of like, I was big somewhere and I came here and now I'm a nothing. So I made my character just sort of a shit blob, and he doesn't do much. He's a camper, drinker, barely ever fights these days. But that's mainly because of my health issues. Ooh, shooters. Where's that? Chapel. They shouldn't be a chapel. You'll see on the map that this is all grayed out. That means that the boss can't be there, so he has to be in one of these sort of lit up areas. So they're going to come at me eventually. So I'll go here because I reckon they're going to go from Chapel to Alice. And I'll try and cut them off there if they push fast enough. If not, I'll just move on. So that was a witch. I would like to see more witches at LARP. I mean like people that pretend they can read palms and shit. I'm talking about some fucking spooky, wears sticks as a crown, like that sort of cool looking. Oh, vulture's not bad. Those sort of cool looking witches, like the Blair Witch feel. That's what I want. Because I think it's so rare to find scary female characters. And don't cancel me and say I'm a misogynist. Like, most of the time, female characters, the scariest that I get is the females in sort of plate mail, and they just look like they're going to fuck you up in a fight. I'm not saying that women can't fight, because sure as shit can. Ah, don't punch me. Ah, you punch me. Oh no, I've got a knife. Oh, I don't want to cut that guy. He'll set me on fire. So yeah, I would love to see more scary intimidation rather than force intimidation, like big brute sort of plate mail females. I just think that'd be interesting. I'd love to see that sort of style. What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, so don't come in being the hero, because 9 times out of 10, people are just going to be rude to you because you're acting like you're something special. But you're not. You're not. You had a gun. So one of the other topics that I wanted to talk about is something that I think affects people differently, and some people more so than others. But they call it quest lurgy where I'm from, where you get sick after every quest. And some people just, it's because they haven't been eating right, might be because of the weather and it was cold at camp, things like that. But yeah, a lot of people do get sort of sick when they go back to the real world, and it can be sort of a real shit thing to deal with when you're trying to go back to work after a week of camping, and then all of a sudden you're back in the real world and you're coughing and sneezing and everything. So, oh, he's over there. So the assassin's in that building, the big boss. I'm just gonna big dick this, just for the entertainment value. He's in there. Sorry, bro. That was dirty. That was dirty. You did all this work too, bro. No, don't throw that at me, you fuck. If I go down here, I'll be so pissed. I just came in and stole that man's life. Reload, 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 reload. GG, baby, GG. Oh, I forgot to check if there was people around. Alright, let's get to defending. So yeah, he was another player. He wanted that bounty, but I'm all about me. So I came in and I stole his shit. So quest lurgy, like Hannah, my friend, was walking around with I think it was vitamin C. I think it's whatever the one that grows is in oranges. I think it's vitamin C. But she was walking around with vitamin C tablets, giving them out, saying like, come on, prevent getting sick, get your vitamin C on. And I thought that was a really good idea. I was wondering why more people don't sort of focus on that. Like, if you're going to go to a camping event, and a lot of Australian camps either in the stupid hot or stupid cold, why wouldn't you sort of prep for that? And I thought that was... Oh, we got shooters. Alright, so people are invading. That's not good. Duck for this window. But I don't know what you could do really when it's hot, right? Most people don't get quest lurgy when it's hot. But oh, they're gonna come in from both sides. Hey boys, I'm a solo. If you could just go away, that'd be real good. Thanks, boys. Ah, fuck! Don't look through there, don't look through there, don't look through there. Ah, I should have healed, but I kept thinking they were about to come around the corner. So yeah, during hot weather, I don't really know how to sort of fight that if people get sick. But when it's cold weather, vitamin C is such a good idea. But yeah, any sort of vitamins, obviously hydrating is a really good idea. Because most of the time when you're at camp, you're just eating garbage. Like a lot of people snack way too much on like some whack shit like barbecue shapes and all that sort of stuff. If you try and stay immersive-ish, you eat more nuts and bread, meats, fruits, things like that. But a lot of people don't focus on that enough, and I think it sort of bites them in the ass. See what else this guy's got for me. 2 upgrades. God damn it! I never. If I had a full roster of hunters, that would have been sweet. But now she's got 2 extra points when I could have had like everyone here with 2 extra points. So I'm an idiot. But yeah, so if you can figure out ways to stay healthy after camping's done, that's a smart idea. I'm 100% behind that, and I think Hannah was the first person I've ever seen that was walking around and actually actively trying to help people stay healthy, which was cool. Next thing I wanted to talk about was character bleed, which again affects people differently, but it seems to be a big problem for a lot of people. So for the people that don't know what character bleed is, it's generally after a camping event. Like sometimes you might get it on a Friday night, sort of one night battle sort of setup, but I wouldn't say that that's a common thing. Quest or Drakenfest or Conquest, those sorts of things, the big camping events where you're in character as much as you possibly can, and then you go back to the real world and you're not your character anymore. You're back to being mundane Steve in an office, and a lot of people don't deal with that very well. I personally don't have any sort of like negative quest bleed. I keep saying quest bleed. I don't really have any negative character bleed traits, I guess you'd call them. I annoy my wife because I'll continue to talk in my sort of Floki Ragnar type accent. And I used to talk to my dog in that accent, like nearly just exclusively. That was the accent I used to talk to my dog. But I know it annoys my wife when I do that, but that's the only thing. I can't stop myself from doing that voice sometimes. And the big negatives that people get are a lot of people do have a mental condition where they will go into a LARP and they get to express themselves and be happy, and they're with their friends and they're the character they want to be. And then they go back to the real world and their life isn't as glorious as it is at a LARP event, and it makes them depressed. And you get a lot of people that just can't really deal with that sort of thing. It hurts them to sort of go back to reality. That's a common thing. So if you're one of those people that sort of has that and doesn't talk about it, it's fine to talk about because everyone friggin' has that. It's so common, it's ridiculous. Oh no, I got poisoned. Oh, this is not good. I did that by mistake. Fuck. Fuck. I was trying to lure the big guys, but they weren't coming at me, and I just sat there too long. That was stupid. Back to square one. So your character bleed is an issue that I think is best to talk about rather than keeping it to yourself. Like, a bit of a yawn. Like when we come back from camping, quests, exos, all those sorts of things. Entry unlocked, what's that? Earn half the XP. I should have got 50 XP. That's ridiculous. I don't know what entry unlocked means. That sounds funny. Is that in here somewhere? Can be claimed. Do I just scroll on this fucker and claim them? Oh, sweet. Oh, 5 blood bonds. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, so I've killed him enough. I haven't killed Scrapbeak, Butcher, and Assassin. I thought I would have killed him the most. I kill him all the time. Fuck, what was I again? Ah, fuck it. Character bleed. Some ways that I find helpful to sort of combat the effects of character bleed is wind down chats. And we call them family lunches on the lawn. It started at a Swordcraft event years ago, and all the goats on the last day, either when we leave or before the last battle, we'll just all get together and have a massive lunch. We'll either go into town and get some real world food, and then just sit in a grassy area and just talk. And it's a great way to sort of get back into real world while still being with your LARP friends. And you'll notice that a lot of people stay in their kit, stay in sort of character, but they're talking about real world stuff. Oh man, I'm yawning like a motherfucker. So I think that's a great way to do it. If you can sort of sprinkle in the real world at the end of an event, when you do go back to your house and you're with your partner at home, if they don't LARP, and you've got no one to talk to, that kind of sucks. Because I want to talk to my wife like, oh, we did this and we did this and we did this. But I know deep down she don't really give a shit. She's like, okay, that sounds fun. Like that sort of thing. It's like when your boyfriend comes home after playing football. He's like, oh yeah, kick that sweet snap down the line, and Bazza picked it up and fucking booted a sixer. And like, don't care, bro, shut up. But you pretend that you care. So I get that a lot. Like my wife, obviously, she's not into medieval fantasy battles and all that. So when it comes down to it, it's good to have that sprinkling of real world, using just a big get together of all your LARP friends to sort of wind down, debrief, like tell stories, reminisce about things that you did that weekend, all that sort of stuff. I think that's a really positive thing to sort of have in your life, because again, character bleed can really cause some serious mental issues. Like, I don't know how to explain it because I'm not Dr. Phil, but psychological negatives definitely occur from character bleed, because you go back and you are no longer the interesting version of yourself that you would see. So yeah, my tip for character bleed is definitely sprinkle and just debrief with other LARP nerds, because that's pretty much the best way to sort of avoid that depression that you'll get when you have to go back to the real world. Speaking of debriefing, I wanted to talk about some LARP memories that I've got. So I have heaps, right? So my character has a lot of titles, like Daenerys Targaryen, Mother of Dragons, Kicker of Ass, Sniffer of Glue, all that sort of stuff. Like, my character has a lot of those sorts of titles. And the way I do it is you have to earn every title you get. You don't just name your character something. It's the same as... Man, I'm making a lot of noise. It's the same as don't come in and think you're the hero. That sort of feel. So, if you want to be a hero, if you want to be well known through the burrows, you have to earn that right. So my character has a title called Wall Breaker, and I got that two ways. When me and my brother used to go to Friday night battle games, and there was a shield wall, we were really good at... Ah, you fucker! We were really good at breaking those shield walls and getting behind enemy lines. Did you cut me, you fuck? I'm in a really shit spot here. God damn it. And then there was another story where my character was pretty much designed to hate one specific army. And eventually the leader, well, who I saw as the leader of that army, finally sort of hung up the boots and went back to playing a different character. And my character didn't accept that, because now who am I going to hate? I miss hating you. So I played it that I got drunk and I went to their camp, and I was basically demanding to see him, even though he was technically in character dead. I thought I heard birds. So I ended up going there, pretended I was drunk, banging on their gate, and then all of a sudden I threw my tankard at their gate, and the gate had already been broken, and I ended up throwing my tankard at it, and it knocked it down, and the wall fell down, and they had to like fix the wall. So yeah, I earned the title Wall Breaker through both of those things. Another good story, well, fucked up story really. It's not a good story in any way, shape or form. But I used to roll with the group called the Briar Wolves, and they were sort of a barbaric tribe sort of feel. Oh, he's going to break through. He's going to break through. Oh, he broke through. Oh, God, there's just shit everywhere. Don't punch me in the butt. And they had a spider god that was like the whisperer, the one that would like sort of talk the sneakies in your ear and make you do bad stuff and all that sort of thing, called Anansi. It was a spider god, right? And there was one night where I was in my tent and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm thirsty. I was hungover, needed a drink, so I picked up my tankard, poured some water in it, and took a big old swig of that. And it turns out that there was just a random little black spider that decided it wanted to live in my tankard. So when I poured the water in it, started drowning it, took a swig, and the spider was in my mouth right before I swallowed, which thank God I didn't. I don't know how much drama that would have caused. But I felt this little thing crawling around in my mouth. I thought it was my mustache at first, and then, nope, it was a spider. I leaned out of my tent, and I built like a little deck, so I had a little floorboard set up outside my tent. I spit out the spider and saw it crawl away. So I got the title Spider Eater from that. So a lot of my titles, yeah, they just come from actual events. So rather than coming into an event saying, oh, I'm known as Dragon Slayer or something like that. If I don't actually kill a dragon in the game, I can't have that title. So I think that's a great way to do it. Some other great memories I've got, not even myself, but a lot of the times I currently hang out with a group called the Goat Riders or Balkan Riders. And we are sort of like a chaos group, like we're always causing shit, pissing people off and killing everyone we can. And there was a night where there was one of the armies, I can't remember who it was, but they opened up basically a casino. And our whole thing was just to rob the casino. That's all we wanted to do. So getting stories of other people that I'm not involved in, but like I was there, but it wasn't really my plan, I think is another great sort of way to wind down from character bleed as well, is having these sorts of moments. Like the Goat Riders, one night we got captured by an army. I can't remember who it was again, but we got captured by an army and they made us do like a little fight pit amongst ourselves, and we were like, sweet, yep. So we all just started bashing the shit out of each other, even though we're like meant to be allies. We were just smacking the piss out of each other. And then, stop chasing me. And then they didn't want to let us go, so they lined us up and loaded a cannon and just point blank. What the fuck is you doing? What's your hey? Fucking wall hacking. Yeah, they just loaded a cannon up in front of us and point blank popped us in the chest with a cannon. I thought that was pretty funny. Please don't come in. Is it white? Oh, it's red. Someone's here. Alright, so it lit up red above me. That means that there's someone around. Damn it! That green barrel screwed me. Cheeky fucker. So that's the guy that killed me. So yeah, get stories with other people, but don't try and be the center of attention, and discuss those stories, because that involves more people. It's not like you're just bragging about yourself. I think that's a great way to avoid character bleed as well, is yeah, wind down with those sorts of stories, because you're not going to be able to tell those stories. Well, you can, but you're not telling those stories in character. You're telling them just as yourself, reminiscing about something that happened at the event. I don't know how much more I can say, because I do want to save some of these subjects for long form sort of interviews and podcasts, but yeah, I think I'll wrap this one up basically with a little bit of news. Obviously, we should get to some news. I always forget to do the news, but easily the biggest news we've got is Swordcraft is holding their quest event again. I might have advertised it in previous fucking things. You know what I'm talking about? Previous podcasts, that's a word. But yeah, Swordcraft Blood and Gold is running again. It is the 25th of September to the 2nd of October. So you got a fair few days there to smash it out. Currently, there is interested or going about 550 people. The goats will be there, and this is now at the new Swordcraft property, where they're allowing people to come in, do working bees, and actually build on the land and leave camps there, which is awesome. I definitely love doing that. Obviously, the people that know me know that I love building camps. It's like one of my favorite things to do. So it'd be good to be able to do that, but I'm not going to be bringing the white bulls to Swordcraft just yet. Me and my brother will do that at a future event, and we'll try and do it in a big way. But currently, the Goat Riders are going to be my focus. I want to build their camp up, get them sorted, and their camp looking right. And some of the guys are putting in a stupid amount of effort already, which I'm so excited to see. Got a bunch of interstate goats that are building some special stuff. I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to break the surprise, I guess. I don't know how secretive they are about it. So, but yeah, there's some big things coming out of the Goat Rider camp or the Bokken Rider camp. So if you can, get your tickets now. Just go to the Swordcraft Facebook page and you can go to their events. Click on Swordcraft Quest, Blood and Gold, The Darkness Within. It's coming September 2022. Yeah, that's the year it is. Yeah, cool. But yeah, September 25th to the 2nd of October. Swordcraft is a Warhammer themed LARP, so you're going to have to try and fit within their rules and their army list and all that sort of stuff, which is one of the main reasons that I'm not big on Swordcraft, because I don't know shit about Warhammer. I know there's Skaven, orcs, and humans and dwarves. That's about it. I don't know any of the armies or anything like that. But if you know Warhammer, this is going to be right up your alley. So jump in on this one. I will be going to future events because I really do want to try Swordcraft out again. I haven't gone in quite a while due to health, COVID, and all that sort of stuff. But I do want to get back into it. My brother goes, and he's joined a different army in the meantime. There's a yawn again. Hello. I think my game's frozen, by the way. But yeah, that's definitely the biggest news coming out in LARP Australia here is the Swordcraft Quest event. It's going to be held down Geelong way. If you're not from here, I don't know how much sense that'll make, but down that way. So get your tickets now, jump in on that one because it really is a good time. Like I know I bash on Swordcraft and Exodus a lot about their flaws, but I do praise them when they do something right. And Swordcraft has always put on a good event, but the community, I think, is the big reason that Swordcraft events are awesome. And if you can get down there and visit the goats, say hi for me because sadly I can't go to this event, so you won't be able to come up and give me a hug and ask for autographs and things like that. But I will be at future events, so keep an eye out. I will be doing interviews at quests and things like that. But again, thanks so much for watching, guys, listening, whatever you're doing. If you're using this podcast, putting it on a USB and using it as a suppository, all good in the hood. I love you all. Tickle a pickle. Have a good night or day or whatever time you're listening to this. I don't know. Fuck it, whatever.